Hello and welcome to the crash course on using Ka and pKa to determine the difference between strong and weak acids. We've already learnt about the elite equilibrium constant KAQ, and now we are applying Ka, which is used in the same way, just using a different name called the acid dissociation constant. The numerical value for Ka is used to predict the extent of acid dissociation. As talked about in previous videos, a large Ka value suggests more product is formed and a stronger acid, and a small value indicates less product is formed and a weaker acid. There are multiple ways to utilise the Ka equilibrium expression. You could be given the Ka to make calculations on the hydronium concentration and then calculate the pH from that. You could also be given the pH and have to calculate the Ka of the acid. In most cases, you will need to use it as an ice table. For a chemical equation in the form Ha plus H2O is reacting with H3O plus and A minus, Ka is expressed as Ka equals square brackets indicate the concentration, and then you've got H3O plus times the A minus all over the Ha. You'll notice that the H2O is ignored. It's a pure liquid, so that's why we ignore it. The A minus is the conjugate base of the acid of Ha, which is the undissociated acid. So here we have our first example, which asks us to calculate the Ka value of a 0.2 molar aqueous solution of propanoic acid with a pH of 4.88. So we can first do the ice table, which has the initial concentration, the change in concentration, and the equilibrium concentration as shown. We set it out like this just so it's easy to actually see the table. So we fill out what we know, which is a 0.2 molar concentration of propanoic acid. The H2O again is excluded because it's a pure liquid, and then you do the H3O plus and CH3, CH2, CO2 minus, both as 0 because it's not given in the question. Then the change in concentration, obviously the propanoic is going to lose something, and then the hydronium and the CH3, CH2, CO2 minus are going to gain a concentration, and then what you're going to end up with. Then you write out the Ka expression, which is shown here, and then you calculate the pH using what you know, which is the hydronium is going to increase, and the pH it's already given, so then you can calculate the X value, which is the hydronium concentration. Sub all the values into your equation, which is right here, and it gives you a value of 8.69 times 10 to the negative 10. We're discussing Ka values with regards to weak acids. The number can be very small, for example 1.7 times 10 to the negative 5, which makes them really hard to use. Therefore, an alternative way of representing the same number was established. This is known as the pKa and can be calculated as follows. pKa equals the negative log of the Ka. This is similar to the equation used for the calculation of pH and shares a similar purpose. A high Ka is given to strong acids and a low Ka value is given to weak acids. Additionally, it should be noted that a high Ka equates to a low pKa value due to the nature of the equation above. This is similar to the observation made with pH and hydronium concentration. If you need to convert from pKa back to Ka, you need to use the following equation. Again, it's similar to that used in pH calculations. Ka equals 10 to the negative pKa. Second calculation is what will be the pH of 0.01 moles of Ha with a pKa of 2 and a 0.01 mole solution of A minus are dissolved in water to make 1 litre of the solution. Okay, so first of all, we draw our table. It helps us see what's going on, and you can see that we have initial concentrations of both Ha and A minus in this situation. This one is getting rid of some concentration, this one is gaining some, therefore at equilibrium, those will be our concentrations. We'll draw up our Ka expression and then pop in our values. The pH is negative log of the hydronium ions, and the 2.38 doesn't quite match up to the 2 pH that we expected, as the Ha is too strong and the concentrations are too low for Ha and A minus to be equal to their former concentrations. I'll leave you all with a summary of the Ka, pKa and related values, and thank you for watching, and I hope to see you here again for another amazing chemistry lesson. Bye!